Hello, I'm Adrian Salbuchi from Argentina. As many of you already know, a team of very concerned citizens in my native Argentina, in the United States, in Canada, in Britain, in Spain, in Costa Rica and other countries are actively working together to develop fundamental guidelines for a global internet nation, the first of its kind. When properly implemented, this will enable we the people in every nation to take our countries back, wrenching them from the greedy hands of the global power elite that have usurped world power, privatizing it for their own profit and gain. We call this founding a second republic because our present republics have been eroded into colonial administrative entities. We explain this in greater detail on our new website, www.secondrepublicproject.com, which is presently under construction. After recently launching the updated and revised 5th edition of my book in Spanish on global power structures called El Cerebro del Mundo, the world's mastermind from globalization to world government, which has helped to explain why we need a second republic in Argentina, I am now very pleased to announce that I have just completed my first book in English, which is available in electronic format for the time being. Its title is The Coming World Government, Tragedy and Hope, and you can receive the 101-page long PDF file for $20, which will help us build Second Republic Project internationally. Once you transfer these $20 to our PayPal account for the credit of the account info@asalbuchi.com.ar, we will immediately email to your email address the PDF file of The Coming World Government, Tragedy and Hope. This new book offers a unique perspective on how the global power elite works and operates, what its medium-term interests are, and what its long-term objectives are, showing painful examples of how they systematically collapsed a country like Argentina. In fact, it would seem that the global power elite have repeatedly used Argentina as a sort of testing ground for future actions which are now being taken on a much wider, more ambitious and global scale. Believe me, Argentina has lots of first-hand experience in practical globalization and national deconstruction. My book, The Coming World Government, Tragedy and Hope, addresses the following topics. First, an introduction that I dubbed Do Cry For Me Argentina describes some of these lessons in practical globalization that we learned the hard way over the past decades, undergoing repeated artificially instigated and generated financial, economic, political, and social collapses. Then Chapter 1 addresses the world's mastermind, the hidden face of globalization. I briefly describe how the power structures of globalization really work, through think tanks, money power, NGOs, what they want and how they maneuver long-term to get what they want. They are the brains of the global power elite, and you know their names. The Council on Foreign Relations, the Royal Institute of International Affairs, the Trilateral Commission, the London-based Tavistock Institute, the World Economic Forum, the RAND Corporation, the Hudson Institute, the Center for Strategic and International Studies, Brookings Institution, American Enterprise Institute, the Project for a New American Century, APAC, the American-Israeli Public Affairs Committee, the America Society, the Council of the Americas, the Argentine-based CARI, and naturally the Bilderberg Conference, which is way at the top of the power pyramid. Then Chapter 2 addresses the global power. Whence does it come? Who has it? Where is it going? Here I stress that, first and foremost, the true nature of power must be grasped. World power has been privatized on a global scale. It's the age-old struggle of private versus public, where private is in no way democratic, nor does it concern itself with the common good of the people. The sovereign nation state is the key institution designed to serve we the people. If we allow the sovereign nation state to continue weakening, then private power will definitely win the day. Chapter 3 then goes on to address democracy. True or false? Republican institutions have been hijacked by money power through what they falsely call democracy, which is news speak for a mechanical vote counting system fully controlled and subservient to the global power elite's money. Thus, political leaders function as public managers and CEOs for and on behalf of the global power elite. We need to see things as they really are. All our presidents, all our prime ministers, whether it be Obama, David Cameron, Christina Kirchner, Sarkozy, Lula, Berlusconi, all of them are nothing but country CEOs. Think of the implications. Chapter 4 addresses historical lies as an instrument of world domination. This deals with psychological warfare, with psy-war. Fabrications and falsehoods in contemporary history and politics that distort our worldview and understanding of things. It is imperative that we begin to think with our own brains and stop doing it with the brains of the global power elite. This entails seeing through their gross lies and deceptions, especially when real events are distorted, exaggerated, and made to serve other political interests and objectives. There's nothing more dangerous than a half-truth. Two practical examples are addressed in this chapter of political myth. The Holocaust industry myth and the myth of the desaparecidos, the disappeared ones in Argentina, whereby powerful people who are today very much alive benefit from the tragic deaths that occurred yesterday. Chapter 5 goes on to address death and resurrection of the US dollar. This is an essay that I wrote back in 2006 and that was published by Michel Losudowski's global research website from Canada, where I envisioned how and why the US dollar will be made to collapse in order to benefit international finance and bankers, and at the same time a way to move towards a denationalized global currency. I based myself to do that on Argentina's enormous experience in gross monetary mismanagement and currency manipulation. Let me give you an example. The Argentine peso went through 4 monetary reforms over the past 4 decades. Since 1970, 13 zeros were knocked off the Argentine peso, so that, as I say in one of my earlier videos, this little 1 peso coin that today will barely pay for a bus ride in downtown Buenos Aires, back in 1970 would have been worth 10 trillion pesos and would have purchased the whole country. Now that's inflation. Practical knowledge of. Chapter 6, how the debt model works and how to beat it. This is a case study on the illegitimate, artificial, and illegal public debt system imposed on Argentina, which is the global power elite's key weapon used to control and rule over my country and entire nations throughout the world. Argentina has been kept in bondage by the huge weight of a public debt which 40 years of caretaker governments have done nothing but to increase it exponentially. I then describe a simple and far-reaching proposal of how the global power elite's perverse debt model can be overcome and turned against them. And this can be adapted by almost every country having similar debt problems, public debt problems, as Argentina has. Chapter 7, Territory in Jeopardy, the Patagonia. The global power elite has targeted the immensely rich Patagonia region in southern Argentina and Chile since many decades now. Today it is being taken over, literally privatized by them. This is also happening in many other parts of the world, even in the United States, and people just don't seem to realize what is happening. And as an epilogue, the book contains a chapter that is called What We Can All Do Together. And here's where Second Republic Project comes in, because the solution is, incredibly, as simple as ABC. A. When you understand how the global power elite structure really works, and B, when you understand why it has made us all bite the dust in country after country, then C. The way to fight back is do exactly and think exactly the opposite of what the global power elite wants you to think, to do, and to act. This means taking your country back. This means founding a second republic. So, we need your support. Please help us raise the funds necessary to continue building our Second Republic project for the benefit of everybody in every country, both internationally as well as in Argentina. In Argentina, our 2011 action plan for the Argentine Second Republic movement will seek to consolidate Second Republic so that it becomes a rallying point, raising citizen awareness throughout Argentina, the Americas, and even further afield. When you purchase the coming world government, and if you add a donation, you will be helping Second Republic to grow as a viable and doable option to meet the challenges all our countries and nations now face and that must be overcome. Second Republic is poised to become the first virtual internet nation, enabling people from all countries to come together, pool efforts, capabilities, synergies, and knowledge. From this hard work, Second Republics will then arise in each of our nations. I therefore invite you to join us in building a Second Republic today that will carry us all to a better world tomorrow. Thank you.